Hello friends, welcome back to RMK Resolutions. In this talk, we are going to discuss about the some important features of the mitochondria. Mitochondria, it is an cell organelle present in the eukaryotic cell, and it plays a very important role inside the cell, inside the eukaryotic cell. So let's see some important features of the mitochondria. So mitochondria, it is the double membrane bound organelle that is present in the cytoplasm of the eukaryotic cell. Remember, it is present in the cytoplasm, or it is embedded in the cytoplasm of the eukaryotic cells, that is inside the plant cell as well as inside the animal cells, and they are going to produce a very important molecule, that is they are going to produce the adenosine triphosphate, or we can simply say the ATP. So ATP, it is the molecule which is responsible for the producing the energy which is required for the cell. We know that we require energy for the different kinds of activities, and all that energies are produced inside the mitochondria. So this is an very important function of the mitochondria. They are going to produce the ATP, and we know that ATP is the currency of the cell. So first try to understand what is meant by the mitochondria. So mitochondria, as I told you, this is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria singular, it is called as the mitochondrion. It is the double membrane bound organelle which is found in the most of the eukaryotic organisms. So as I told you, mitochondria, they are found inside the cytoplasm, and essentially they function as the cell digestive system. They act as a cell digestive system. They are responsible for the breakdown of some molecule inside the mitochondria. So simply we can say that mitochondria can also play the role of the cell digestion. So major role is the breakdown of the nutrients and generating the energy rich molecule for the cell. We know that mitochondria is the powerhouse, and they are going to create a power or create a energy. So from where that energy comes? That energy comes by breaking down of some complex nutrients into the simpler nutrients. Simply they are going to break down the nutrients, and when nutrients are broken down, then energy is produced. So inside the mitochondria, there are many biochemical reactions takes place, such as we know the very famous biochemical reaction which is takes place inside the mitochondria is the TCA cycle. TCA cycle, which is also known as the Krebs cycle, which is takes place inside the mitochondria. So there are other metabolic pathways are also going on, but these are the important one. Many other biochemical reactions takes place inside the mitochondria. Another very important biochemical reaction which is takes place inside the mitochondria is the oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidative phosphorylation, that is the energy creating reactions, or we can say that electron transport chain, which is also takes place in the mitochondria. So these are some important biochemical reactions which are going on inside the mitochondria. So let's see how this particular mitochondria comes on. The name was derived from the two Greek words, that is a mitos and chondrion. Mitos means thread and chondrion means it is the granule like substance. So it is known as the mitochondria. It is first time discovered by the German pathologist Richard Altman in 1890. So mitochondria evolution, my dear friends, it is again a very important story, that how mitochondria are evolved. Mitochondria are evolved by some symbiotic mechanisms. So here you can see the diagrammatic represent. This is the 3D model of the mitochondria. So it is helpful for you people to understand the structure of mitochondria. See, this one is the outer membrane of the mitochondria, and just for your understanding, it's shown in a pink color. Actually, this is not a pink in color. This is the outer membrane of the mitochondria. Then this is a very important inner mitochondrial membrane. So inner mitochondrial membrane, it is folded. You can see that membrane is folded, and that's why it increases the surface area. Then this one is the intermembrane space. The space between inner membrane and outer membrane is the intermembrane space. So this one is the intermembrane space, this one is the outer membrane, and this is the inner membrane, and we can say that this one is the cristae. Cristae is important for the ATP formation. For the cristae, there are different proteins are present in the cristae, and ribosomes are also attached. You can see here, these are the yellow dots. These are the ribosomes which are attached to the outer membrane, which is required for the protein synthesis. And inside the inner membrane, there is a matrix. This one is the matrix of the mitochondria, and here this one white color, this is the circular DNA. So this one is the circular DNA of the mitochondria. Remember, mitochondria is present inside the eukaryotic cell. So eukaryotic cell, they are having a linear DNA, but mitochondria which is present in the eukaryotic cell, their DNA is circular in nature. So here this is the label diagram of the mitochondria. You can see here, this one is the outer membrane, this one, then this one is the inner membrane which is folded. As I already told you, inner membrane is folded, it increases the surface area. Then here there is a DNA, this one is the DNA. These are some granules present inside the mitochondria. Ribosomes are there, which is 70S ribosomes. Cristae, which is the folded part of the inner membrane, and this is the intermembrane space, and this one is the matrix. This one is the matrix jelly fluid or gel or viscous fluid. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the mitochondria, and this is the electron micrograph of the mitochondria. We know that mitochondria, they are very small in size, so it is for the visualization of the mitochondria, highly developed microscopes are needed. So this one is the electron micrograph, which is taken by the electron microscope. You can clearly see this is the mitochondria, which is rod like in shape, and this one is the cristae. These are the cristae. Then this is the matrix, outer membrane and inner membrane of the mitochondria. Presentation of the mitochondria. So structure of mitochondria, we can see, we'll focus on the important parts of the mitochondria. So remember, mitochondria, it is the double membrane structure, and it is a rod shaped molecule which is found in both plant as well as the animal cell. Their shape is rod like, or we can say elongated, and they having a double membrane, that is the outer membrane and inner membrane. Inner membrane is not like this. We'll see further what is the structure of inner membrane. But just remember, mitochondria, it is a double membrane structure which is made up of the two membranes, that is outer membrane and inner membrane. So the size of mitochondria, it is range from 0.5 to 1 micrometer in diameter. This is the size of the mitochondria. So this particular structure of outer membrane and inner membrane and gel like material which is called as a matrix. So three important structures are there: outer membrane, inner membrane and matrix, which is the gel like substance. So these are the three important we can say the components of the mitochondria. So outer membrane and inner membrane, they are made up of the proteins and phospholipid layers, and that is separated by the intermembrane space. We have seen already the diagrammatic representation of the mitochondria. So mitochondria, it is the made up of the two membranes. So this particular outer membrane of the mitochondria and inner membrane of the mitochondria, both they are made up of the proteins. They are made up of the proteins, and they are also made up of the phospholipid layers. We know the fluid mosaic model. So that particular model is suitable for the outer membrane also and for the inner membrane also. So outer membrane, that covers the surface of the mitochondria, and they having a large number of proteins which is called as the porins. Porins, these are the proteins which are present or in the outer membrane of the mitochondria. It is the integral proteins. Porin is the integral proteins present in the outer membrane of mitochondria. So let's see the function of the porin. It is the porin is the freely permeable to the ions, nutrients and different molecules, energy molecules like ADP, ATP. So porin function is they allow such kind of molecule, or they allow the transport of such kind of molecule from outside to inside or from inside to outside the mitochondria. So that is the function of the porin, which is present in the outer mitochondrial membrane. So let's see the cristae. We have seen the diagram of cristae earlier. So cristae, Actually, the inner membrane of the mitochondria, it is complex than the outer membrane. So inner membrane, it is the folded membrane. We can say that it is the folded many times. So the inner membrane, they are having many folds, and they are going to form a layer structure which is called as the cristae, which helps to increase the surface area. See, this particular inner membrane, it is folded in such kind of fashion, and when membrane is folded in this fashion, so it increases the surface area. When something is folded, then surface area increases. Similarly, inner membrane of the mitochondria, it also having a different folds, and that folds having some important, very important, that fold is very important. They increase the surface area, and when surface area is increases, then it allow the surface for the different biochemical reactions. So different enzymes are embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane, and biochemical reactions are going on in the inner mitochondrial membrane. So that's why inner mitochondrial membrane, it is complex as compared to the outer membrane. So this particular cristae and proteins which is present in the inner membrane, they are required for the production of ATP. So we can say that this particular electron transport chain takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane, and for that different types of proteins, or we can say enzymes, are necessary, and these enzymes are embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane, which are involved in the production of ATP. Remember, this particular inner membrane, it is strictly permeable to oxygen and ATP molecules only. They are not allow the pass of different molecules. Only oxygen and ATP is going to pass. Then number of chemical reactions takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane. We have discussed in brief. That is, a electron transport chains takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Then let's see, next component of the mitochondria is the mitochondrial matrix. So mitochondrial matrix, it is a gel-like substances, or it is a viscous fluid which having a different mixture of enzymes and proteins. So in the matrix, there are different enzymes which are necessary for the biochemical reactions. Then different proteins are present, different inorganic ions are present in the matrix of the mitochondria. Then it also having a different another molecules, that is the ribosome. Remember, this is a very important point. Mitochondria, they having their own ribosome. We know that mitochondria, it is present inside the eukaryotic cell, and eukaryotic cell cytoplasm, they having 80 S ribosomes. But remember, my dear friends, mitochondrial matrix, they having 70 S ribosome. That S stands for the Swedberg's unit. 70 S ribosomes are present in the mitochondria. Then, and because of these ribosomes, mitochondria, they synthesize their own protein. Important proteins which are present in the mitochondria, they synthesize by their own. They are not exported from the cytoplasm. Some protein, they are synthesized inside the mitochondria. That's why mitochondria is known as the semi-autonomous organelle, because they synthesize their own proteins. And we know that for the synthesis of protein, ribosomes are necessary. So mitochondria having ribosomes, then they also having some inorganic ions. Then this one, how they synthesize their own proteins, because they having own DNA, they having their own DNA. So inside the mitochondria, circular DNA is present, which is responsible for the production of proteins. So mitochondria having their own DNA. Then different nucleotide cofactors are also present in the matrix, and organic molecules are also found in the matrix of mitochondria. Then enzymes are also present in the matrix, and they plays an important role in the synthesis of ATP molecules. Now let's see the functions of the mitochondria. Many important function. One very important function, they synthesize the ATP. Apart from synthesis of ATP, they also plays an important role. Let's see. So important function is, first one, they are going to produce the energy through the oxidative phosphorylation. Then this particular mitochondria, they also involve in some other processes, such as they are going to regulate the different metabolic pathways of the cell. For the regulation of the metabolic pathways, some molecules of the mitochondria plays an important role. Then mitochondria, they also promote the growth of the newly dividing cells and cell multiplication. They also plays an important role in the cell multiplication. Next function of the mitochondria, they help in detoxifying the ammonia in the liver cell. This is an important function of the mitochondria. Then they plays an important role in the apoptosis. It is also called as the programmed cell death. And for the programmed cell death, some mitochondrial enzymes are activated, and then that particular cell undergo suicide or programmed cell death. Then mitochondria is also responsible for the building of certain parts of the blood and various hormones like testosterone and oestrogens. These are some important hormones which are important for the regulation of the body's activity, and these particular hormones are synthesized inside the mitochondria. Then mitochondria, they also help in maintaining some concentration of calcium ion within a compartment of the cell. We know that calcium ions plays a very important role for the different metabolic activities, and these calcium ions are stored in the different compartments of the cell, such as the endoplasmic reticulum. And mitochondria, they helps to maintain the adequate concentration of calcium ions inside the different compartments of the cell. So this is again the function of the mitochondria. Then mitochondria also involve in a various cellular activities, such as the cell signaling, cell senescence, then controlling of the cell cycle, and also control the cell growth. So up to now we have seen the different components of the mitochondria, that is outer membrane, inner membrane, matrix. Then matrix, they having a ribosomes, DNA. Okay, so if some components are missing, then some disorder comes. So there are different disorders associated with the mitochondria. So any irregular in way of mitochondria function, if mitochondria is irregularly function, then it directly affects the human health, and oftenly it is difficult to identify because symptoms differ from person to person. So disorder of the mitochondria, that quite severe, and in some case it cause the organ failure also. So mitochondrial diseases, here there are some names: Alpser disease, Barth syndrome, Kern-Sayer syndrome, KSS. These are the some syndromes which are associated with the mitochondria. So hope you understand all the points, important points regarding the mitochondria. So please like, share and subscribe RMK Resolutions. So we are going to wind up here. Thank you. Bye bye.